guys, welcome back to SPOTO channel. I'm the CCIE tutor from SPOTO, and this channel is created by SPOTO to share about the latest news on network, project management, and cybersecurity news, trends, and exam tips. I really appreciate if you can subscribe our channel and give me a thumb up to the video, which allows my video reach out to more people just like you. Since its start in 1993, the CCIE is the hardest certification to achieve in the IT industry. In today's episode, I will share with you how difficult is the CCIE certification and why CCIE exam difficulty. So part 1 is about how difficult is the CCIE certification. Every year, about 8,000 candidates take a CCIE lab exam. However, Cisco says the average pass rate of the CCIE exam over life of the program is 26%. Almost 74% learners fail the exam. Besides, the CCIE lab exam is hard to pass for the first try. According to a Cisco official statistic, the average number of times takes to pass the CCIE lab exam in 2.5. I've heard that someone has taken the CCIE exam for 19 times but still failed the exam. So this shows how hard the CCIE lab is, and that only the fewer people pass it. Also, as a CCIE tutor, I have communicated with many network engineers and know that they have met many difficulties in their CCIE journey. For some students, they would like to save their money and would like to learn on their own, but they are hard to grasp the technical key point. For some students, they don't have clear study plan and have spent many times in learning. For some students, they don't have complete rack of equipment, don't have the chance to practice the lab, and the rest of them have no idea about the requirement of the exam and have doubt about whether their learning meets the requirement of the CCIE lab standard. That's why the CCIE is hard to pass. Let's move to the next part, and I will go detail on why the CCIE exam is difficult. The CCIE exam is made up of two parts, a written test and a lab test. The lab exam is hard because it tests your ability to solve problems in the real world. The practical knowledge and skills required for the exam and the constantly changing exam topics add more difficulties on the exam itself. As you know, that routing and switching has changed through CCIE EI lab. From this change, it can be seen that the current IT industry requirements for network engineers are no longer just routing and switching, but also add SDN and programming modules, and the positioning requirements for network engineers have become higher. So instead of having 3 modules as the old CCIE route and switch did, the new exam has 2 modules, mainly divided into design and DOO. DOO include deployment, operation and maintenance, and optimization. Test taker have 8 hours in the exam and to figure out how to set up and fix Cisco network equipment. This exam is 8 hours total, with the first module being 3 hours and the second module being 5 hours. Automation and network programmability skills as per exam topics are an integral part of both modules. Candidates will be tested on varying technologies and solutions listed in the exam topics throughout both modules. Are both modules independent from each other? There is a progressive storyline that will be built upon throughout the entire 8 hours lab practical exam. Candidates won't be able to navigate back and forward between modules. So let me share one by one. Number 1 is about design module. The first module is design module. The most interesting about the design module is that it is formatted as what Cisco calls a progressive storyline, and that means it is going to change and evolve as you go through the design module based on your answers. The design module is very similar to our written test, with a total 39 questions, including a welcome question and an ending question, and you are not required to answer these 2 questions. So in total, you need to answer 37 questions, and some of those 37 questions consist of couple of sub-questions. There is 1 score for each question, and the total score is 37 questions. Note that no matter how many sub-questions that 1 question contains, only 1 score is counted. So you won't be doing any configuration in this module. This is going to be things like drag and drop, multiple choice, single choice, drop-down selections, all the things that you are used to seeing on a typical Cisco exam. And just like all of those exams, there is no backward navigation allowed. So once you answer the questions, that is, so you won't be able to make any changes or judgment to your answers. You have to move on. You will have access to Cisco online documentation if you are familiar with the CCIE exam. You know that this is the only support tool that you are allowed to use during the exam. And it is also important to note that the searching function is disabled during the exam. So it's also important for you to know navigating the support document. However, you can use your browser searching function, so you can search through a document for a specific keyword if you need to do that. Again, you have 3 hours for the design module, and you can finish your design module in advance. But remaining time won't accumulate to the next module. If you exceed 3 hours, you can use DOO time, but your DO practice time will be less. So you must to control the time. And is this module difficult to say, but just multiple choice? Is that easy? No, because the knowledge point is too broad. Therefore, the skills of network engineers are especially tested. And number 2 is about DOO module. After completing the design module, you will move to on the second module, deployment, operation, and optimization, which we call the DOO module for short. First, you will get a lab topology framework and the requirement in advance, and then it is up to you to construct how this network is built and optimized. Here it is important to ask everyone to master routing and switching and SDN and programming technologies. First, routing and switching, including spanning tree, VRP, OSPF, EIGRP, and routing policy, MPLS, BGP, DMVPN, and other technologies, among which DMVPN is difficulty for many CCIE scholars because the data chain in this process is relatively complex. If there is a problem with the VPN, the dual module definitely not possible to pass the exam because this requirement will affect the score of other modules. And once the routing and switching isn't completed, it will directly affect the SDN. And SDN aspects include SDA and SD1, such as fabric, underlay, listed, multiple site, controller role, OMP, and other technologies. Especially some students don't have SDN foundation. It will be difficult for them to learn this module. And programming, we need to master some common Python technologies, such as how to open the telnet service of the device and stand on. To sum up, the most difficult module, routing and switching and SDN, require many technologies and in-depth principles, and the exam time is only 5 hours, which is also the reason why many students failed. So, if you are looking for help that can assure you of 100% passing the CCIE lab exam, SPOTO will be your best choice. SPOTO has deployed dozens of racks in 7 countries and owns 11 data centers, including enterprise infrastructure, data center, collaboration, security, and service provider to meet all the needs of over 200 candidates practicing lab online at the same time. SPOTO's rack utilize the same hardware and software used in the actual CCIE lab exams. Thank you so much for your time in watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel and share my video with your friend. If you need my help, you can reach me on the WhatsApp via the link on the description section. Okay, that's all. See you next time. Bye bye.